begin the show with a big exclusive. Times Now has told you since the beginning of September how there were concerted attacks on the Hindu community in at least 2 cities of UK. But unfortunately, instead of empathizing with the victims, there have been enlightened voices in India who have sought to airbrush the hinduphobia and the violence. Instead, they've chosen to shift the blame on the Modi government for creating hatred and violent Hindutva that has now been exported abroad. Now, prominent voices from across India have spoken up against such whitewashing. In an open letter, 95 former bureaucrats and police officials have called out what they say is a crass attempt to give cover for the Islamist radicals in order to attack the Modi government. Let's quickly take this across to Amit Kumar as well as my colleague Kitty, who are joining us at the moment. I'm going to come across to you first. Amit Kumar, बताइए कि, और I believe Kitty has a letter with her. So Kitty, over to you. Take us through what this letter contains.
Well, yes, Madhav, we do know that what happened a few days back in UK was completely terrifying. Now, this op-ed that was written by a prominent person is the idea that not only he represents, but it is something, the notion, the idea that a lot of people back home actually support, and the entire ecosystem, as these 95 dignitaries in this letter have written, those who include former secretaries and former DGPs of, to the government of India. They have all written in this letter, said that the writer of Exporting Division and the entire ecosystem that he represents seem deliberately oblivious to the active encouragement that their shifting of blame from the Islamist radicals to the ruling dispensation in India will give to the violent Islamist radicals in the UK. What they are saying here is that they have expressed their reservations and concern on the op-ed written by this prominent person, and they say that now these Islamist radicals will fear to intimidate and attack the Hindus, secure in the feeling that their crimes would have an alibi provided by the opponents of the Modi government. Now, what all they are also here saying is that this is real Hinduphobia in action. This lobby, this ecosystem back home here in India also has been trying to peddle false narratives. They've been trying to peddle lies inside and outside the country. What these 95 dignitaries in their letter have said, that Exporting Division, the op-ed written by this prominent person, fits neatly into this Hinduphobia playbook. This airbrushes out the violent Islamist radicals in Leicester and switching the blame completely to the Modi government's alleged divisive policies in India. Well, the writer of this op-ed had clearly shifted the blame, had clearly pinned the blame on the Modi government, and said that it's the kind of narrative that is being played and the kind of hysteria that is being created here in India, which is completely responsible for the hate attacks that have been happening outside the country in UK. And now this letter also says that, predictable for the author perhaps, but shocking and disturbing nonetheless, dislike, even acute dislike of Mr. Modi is one thing, and exporting distorted takes on the UK disturbances and pinning the blame for them on Modi is something very different and totally diabolical, dangerous and unacceptable.
Thank you so much for that update there, Kitty. Let's take this across to Amit Kumar as well, who's bringing us this letter. Amit Kumar, इन prominent bureaucrats का कहना है कि जहां तक इस पूरे मामले को गलत स्पिन दिया जा रहा है, गलत प्रचार किया जा रहा है, जिस तरह की शॉकिंग घटनाएं हमें यूनाइटेड किंगडम में देखने को मिली हैं।
जी देखिए, करीब 95 ब्यूरोक्रेट्स हैं, ये पूरे लिस्ट है जो 95 ब्यूरोक्रेट्स हैं जिन्होंने ये ओपन लेटर लिखा है, और जिसमें साफ तौर पे वो लिख रहे हैं कि जो फैक्ट्स है, जो वहाँ के जो एमपी है या जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, जिसमें साफ तौर पे लिखा गया है कि वहाँ पर जो हिंदू है उसको किस तरह से टारगेट किया जा रहा है, लेकिन उसको वहाँ पर भी इसके बावजूद जो विक्टिम है, जो उसको भी वहाँ पर जो अपने लेख में जो लिखा गया वो इस तरह से दिखा रहे हैं जैसे कि ये सारी चीज़ों के पीछे जो हिंदुइज्म जो है, जो हिंदुत्व जो आइडियोलॉजी है वो है, और एक तरह से जो नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार को बदनाम करने की कोशिश है, चाहे भारत में हो या भारत के बाहर, उन लोग जो एक एजेंडा सेट करने वाले लोग हैं उसी की भाषा ये बोल रहे हैं। उसमें साफ तौर पे ये लिखा है कि कैसे वहां पर जो आर्टिकल था उसमें ये लिखने की कोशिश की गई थी जो हिंदुत्व है वो दरअसल पूरे दुनिया में एक तरह का ग्लोबल हेट फैलाने की कोशिश कर रहा है। तो इस तरह के आर्टिकल्स में को लेकर जो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स है वो खुलकर सामने आए हैं। उन्होंने साफ तौर पर कहा कि इस तरह की चीजें नहीं होनी चाहिए, फैक्ट्स के साथ अगर लिखना हो तो फैक्ट्स के साथ लिखो, देश को बदनाम करने की कोशिश की जा रही है और ये लगातार हो रहा है। और उसी जो आपके गैंग की तरह एक और नया आर्टिकल आया जिसमें लेस्टर में भी जो हिंदुत्व है उसको एक तरह से जो हिंदू के लोग हैं जो कि विक्टिम है उसको बताया गया कि वो हमलावर हैं।